Greetings, friends, and welcome to Beast Foundry. My name is Christian, and as usual, I will be your guide today. Now today, I would like to talk to you guys about the Intimidation skill and how I often see this skill. People often tack it on as, oh, I have one action left. What should I do? And, oh, I've got a decent Intimidate score. I'm going to Intimidate. The issue with some of that is, if you're doing it at the end of your turn, you're not benefiting from the Intimidate at all. If you are a charisma-based spellcaster like a sorcerer, that instead of having, if you have your +4 in your ability score, instead of having a base attack of +7 or a DC of 17 against your spells, starting off with that Intimidate changes that to an 8. You have a +8 to hit, or the DC is 18 when you really think about it, that you're lowering all of their stats by that 1 point. So tacking that on to the beginning of your turn is honestly a huge benefit. And the place where you go is also really important. Never rule out being able to delay, because, if the enemy's going to go right after you, you might want to delay and let them go first. As a spellcaster, you're probably not in the front line anyway, so it's not like they're going to hit you. And you can then intimidate them. You get the benefit, but then the entire rest of your team gets it. Because if you go right before them and you use it, as soon as they go, that frightened value is going to go away. Unless, of course, you critically succeeded, then it's just going to go down by 1. But still, you want to maximize all of those bonuses that you possibly can. And identify in the group, who is the person that has the Intimidate skill, because it is honestly very valuable. And just don't, just because you have one action, maybe you don't want to intimidate yet. Maybe people aren't ready. If there's one enemy away from everyone, don't intimidate them. They're going to be immune for 10 minutes after you do that. You want to wait to maximize that +1 that everyone's going to get because they are frightened. So you want to be very strategic about that. You can't just, and I've seen it happen a lot. Oh, well, I've already frightened this guy and I've already frightened that guy. I'm going to frighten that guy in the back. And there's no one even by him. No one even attacks him. I've seen it happen several times, and I run my fair share of games. So being cognizant of using your Intimidate and when to use it is, very valuable. There are not a ton of charisma-based fighters, because fighters can get abilities that add frightened on with their attacks, so they don't have to worry about it. But if you are maybe playing an ancestry that gets a bonus to charisma, or you simply like it and you've chosen to give yourself a bonus to charisma, and you have a decent one, that Intimidate skill is so valuable. And it's great to use up that one action that spellcasters can often find themselves with. So, your sorcerers, your summoners, any charisma-based class, or a class that the charisma benefits them. Rogues benefit greatly from a high charisma. And they also benefit greatly from an extra plus to hit, as everyone does. So that Intimidate goes a long way. And if you have multiple people in your group that can do it, make sure you guys are coordinating. Don't just, like I said, okay, I have first round, do my stuff, intimidate. Remember, if you're going to intimidate, you probably want to intimidate first, or at least get yourself in a position to where you benefit from that Intimidate. Now, maybe you have no intention of benefiting from it, and then that's totally fine. But, from everything from provoking attacks of opportunity, if people move away, their attack is one less because they're frightened. Everyone in your party will benefit from that. So make sure it's a good benefit. Like I said, if the enemy goes right after you, consider delaying. Wait till they have gone. And that way you can give that benefit to everyone. And one of the things that I see so much is, as people are playing and everyone's running around and jockeying for position, people don't think about the order of their characters. So delaying is a huge value, and don't be afraid to delay all the time. You can delay as often as you like when, every round, if you need to, you can delay and change the position of when your characters go versus the enemy. Because I have seen so many spell effects, not just Intimidate, but they run out with no one benefiting from them because it's the enemy's turn now, and now they make their save and they continue on. So just be aware of the battlefield and be aware of when your allies are going and coordinate amongst yourselves. Like, I can add this status effect. Well, I can add this status effect. Are they the same? Is it the same penalty? Can you guys double up? Maybe, maybe your team should split up into two different groups to where, two people go this way, two people go that way, and everyone works together to try to take out those enemies as quickly as they can. Because in Pathfinder 2, the combat is so strategic. Often the side that wins is the side that can get the biggest advantage first. So taking out one enemy as fast as you can is often far more productive than diversifying your attacks and weakening two different enemies. Because once you have that tactical advantage of superior numbers, it changes the dynamic of the fight so much. I can't tell you how many times I have seen the players go to two different enemies in two groups of two, and they focus and they keep whittling them down. But at the same time, enemies in Pathfinder 2nd edition, they hit hard most of the time. So you want to eliminate as many attacks as you can. And the best way to do that is to kill an enemy as fast as you can. Just, plan with your group. It's sometimes people forget that, a real military group, they make a strategy. They don't just go into a fight and go, oh, well, I guess I'm going to do this. No, there is a cold, hard strategy. This person goes in, followed by that person. This person's checking this corner. And you will probably find that if in your group, you guys create those kinds of strategies before the fight, you are going to see the fight change drastically. You are going to take enemies out faster, and you aren't going to get hurt as much. So you're not going to consume as many resources at the end of a fight trying to heal up. So, it's so important to pay attention to these things and, make sure you're working with your team, because this is a fun team game. So that's about all I had for you guys this week. Just doing a short little video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. As usual, like and subscribe. And until next time, game well, my friends.